Hi and welcome to a new project, and this is project now number 9 for the YouTube channel. But firstly, I'd just like to say a big thank you for the response I got to the last video, the one based around the Sherman and the train station. It was really nice to read all the comments and get all the feedback. It's always much appreciated. Alright, so this is the new project, and this is going to be based on and around Gero Designs plaster-made building a Gasthof Adler. I did do a review video of this earlier in the year, so you can check that out if you want a more detailed look at it. But primarily, as I say, it's a plaster-made building with the 3 walls and a really nicely detailed base, as you can see. The windows and doors, they supply is made laser cut wood and a few extra details there, so that's a nice addition. The interior, as usual, is just left plain, so you've got plenty of scope there. But there was just one issue I had with it, and that was the two side walls don't reach the back of the base, as you can see here. So there's a gap at each end. So when you plan the interior, there would be an unusual space there to try and fill. So that's something I've got to address. So next I needed to create a story to revolve around this. I'd seen US Soldiers at Rest from Miniart, thought that was quite a nice little set. So that was a good start. The Miniart also do some cafe furniture and crockery, and also got some set of 6 ornamental chairs. That's from Yen Models. So that'll help with the German tavern setting. But it still needed a bit more. French company MK35, they do some really nice resin figures. I've used them quite a lot in the past, especially the civilians that they make. So this is a little old man. He's playing his accordion sitting on a stool. So I thought that would be nice. It's quite nice. He could be sitting on the step and perhaps entertaining the troops. The expressions on the faces, obviously they're only resting, so there's not much going on there in terms of facial expressions. So because he's playing his accordion, I've got some Hornet heads HH27 with jubilant faces. So it looks like a few of those could be singing along to his playing, since they're in Germany. He's close to the end of the war and to victory. So I thought that was quite nice. I still needed maybe a little bit more. So here in this space, perhaps a little, not quite big enough to put a tank or an AFV, but big enough perhaps for Tamiya's Jeep. Probably go somewhere around there, because passing through the village and stopping off, seeing this scene being created. From Bravo 6, I've got a filmmaker from the press, perhaps, got that idea off YouTube. So he stopped by, noticed the scene with the infantry and the accordion player, and he's stopped off in his Jeep and he's filming them. So that's pretty much it, really. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll make a start. So this is where we're up to right now, and I think I'll leave it here for this video. Before all the rubble had chanced to dry and set hard, I arranged some of the tables and chairs back into place where they're going to be once they're all painted up, and obviously it allowed some room too for where the figures will be. A late addition I made is adding a couple of children, and they're from MasterBox's Civilians Western region, just to add a bit more interest, some curious onlookers. I especially like the expression on the little boy's face looking up at the cameraman, and also came too with a little wooden cart, so maybe they'll be collecting some firewood or something like that. So I hope you've enjoyed this first video. It's been enjoyable putting all these elements together and creating the little scene. So coming up in part 2, I'll be painting up the figures, start working on them, work on Tamiya's Jeep with the stowage inside. Spend some time on the building interior and the details in there, the little bar, the tavern down below on the first floor, and then obviously also on the outside of the building as well. As part of that, I'll, as usual, be using some of AK's weathering pencils, a couple of sets I've got there. And speaking of which, just arrived yesterday, just in time for this, was their book. This is AK's weathering pencils techniques. I've seen a number of people saying good things about these pencils, and perhaps just as many not liking them at all. But for me, they're one of my favourite tools and have been so useful on recent projects like buildings and structures. I mean, even the Sherman I recently did. So it'll be interesting to see what I can improve on and maybe some new ideas to try. So thanks once again for watching. You can keep up to date as usual on my Instagram page, which has all the latest photos and updates. Stay safe, and I'll see you in part 2.